This is RUCK Yeah, a player series from Just Ruckin' With You, where the players tell their stories, raw, unscripted, and unapologetically real. No breakdowns, no hot takes, no fluff. Just the moments that make this game different. So if you're a player, a coach, alumni, family, or just someone curious about rugby and the culture that surrounds it, you are in the right place. Our mission? Simple. Help grow rugby in the U.S. by putting more eyes and ears on the game we love. Welcome to RUCK Yeah.
Hey, what do you say? Who's ready to talk some rugby today? What say you, good sir Hayes?
RUCK Yeah, Swish. It's what I love
baby.
doing.
RUCK Yeah. This is a new player series where we're talking to a lot of badass collegiate players, where we want them to tell their story in their own words. We're trying to put more eyes and ears on rugby, and today we've got a legend in the making, River Hanson from Duke University. River, what's up, man?
What's up? How y'all doing today?
Good. Thanks for joining us. Before we get going and start chopping it up with you, maybe introduce yourself for everyone and who you are, where you're from, why you're so good, and then we'll get into it, man.
Yeah, my name is River Hanson. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I currently attend Duke University as a junior studying economics, and I play center. And and being so good, we got to talk about more about that going on. I don't know. I don't know the secret yet. I'm trying to get there.
I'm just messing with you, man. Really, it's great to have you, and looking forward to the chat tonight.
Yeah, man. So this is cool, River. I mean, I've watched you play. I got to see you play last year at the NCR All-Star Tournament in Atlanta. And it's quick to see why everyone kind of knows your name in the rugby community, because you pop on the field whenever you watch play. Got to watch you again this year. More of the same. So, but the first thing I want to get into is like every person that you talk to when you mention rugby in America, they're like, huh? What? How'd you start doing that? So like, let's start there. So how did you get into rugby?
Yeah, so for me, basically it happened back in elementary schools. I had a childhood friend. His name was Vince. Coach Paul, he coached a local team in Atlanta, RUCK Rugby. And he basically just told my mom, hey, like, let him come out, see how it goes. So I went out there like 4th, 5th grade. And once I got out there, I just had a lot of fun, honestly. I just had a good time. I played all the way up until about the 8th grade, stopped to focus on football, and then now I'm back.
What is old is new again. So, all right. So you stopped playing in high school, focus in on football. So this is a cool part, because there's a lot of kids in America. Obviously, football is king in America.
Yep.
And so every kid that is playing in high school thinks they're going to go to the NFL, thinks they're going to get a D1 scholarship, play in the SEC. Like everyone thinks that, that's their dreams. That's what they want. All through high school, never played rugby, didn't pick up a ball the whole time you were there.
Yeah, the whole time didn't pick a ball. My coach tried to get me back out, but I couldn't do it.
Why couldn't you do it? Because a lot of kids, I'm sure, have that same battle. Why didn't you want to make that flip over? Was there like a concern, or what was it?
A lot of it was timing too. Like, we had football season from, you're working from summer to end of like November, December, depending on how far you make it. And then rugby kicks up in like October, November, at least for how it was back then. So I could never really get into it during that time. And then, you're tired for those couple months. So it's just like me trying to focus on improving my skill for football. I just chose to just focus on the one sport.
Yeah, man. So did you play other sports besides football?
No, I didn't. So for the time of 9th grade to I graduated high school, I only played football.
Okay. And so, all right. So you go through those 4 years, and then I think I saw you were a 3-star recruit coming out of high school, playing safety.
Yeah.
Playing strong safety.
Yeah, playing strong safety. Yeah. So coming out of high school, I had about like 30 something offers coming out to D1 schools and P5 schools. Yeah, I was just trying to figure out where I wanted to go. I wanted a good balance of academics and good football. I wanted to be able to play in, like, at the time, the P5 conference. It's P4 now, but I wanted to have the opportunity to do that. And like, I ended up my top 5 schools coming out ended up being like Duke, Boston College, Georgia Tech, Princeton, and Missouri. And I just felt like at the time Duke had the most opportunities for me possible.
Hayes, check out the big brain on River.
I
Holy
know.
man.
Those are schools that were never on my list.
And you and I have 0 stars.
Yeah, I was like, man, which community college do I set up at?
I was playing.
I love it,
I'm
man. So
more
that's
interested in
crazy
how
though, that you being in Atlanta, that you didn't go Georgia Tech. I mean, right in your hometown, if you got offers to play football, that's pretty interesting.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't be home. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
wanted to get out.
I had to kind of get out, at least a decent distance, close enough to where I could, drive back, not close enough to where I could drive back on the weekend.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So you're in college. You're playing football for Duke. What's that like? What's playing football at a D1
Yeah,
school
that's
like?
it has its perks and it has its downfalls for sure. I'd probably say, playing in big stadiums, that's amazing. Team's great, but that's a 60-hour job, 60, 80 hours a week job. It's a
No joke.
full-time thing. So it was definitely like a big time commitment. And trying to fit that in with academics, there's no slouch. So it definitely had its ups and downs, definitely had its great parts and its downfalls. But I truly enjoyed my time playing.
What was the biggest game you played in college?
Biggest game I played in. So I would probably say it was Florida State's homecoming. And this is when they had like Keon Coleman and it was one of their really good years with like a couple years ago. And man, that house was full sellout, it was packed.
Stop going.
Chop going. It was singing that one. And being a freshman, I was only out there for special teams, but when I was out there, man, I could just feel like the stadium rocking. Like the stadium was literally shaking. Like when they talk about like in a Madden game that the stadium pose, that's a real thing. And I was like, whoa, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Some BS that they scheduled Duke for the homecoming game, though. You got to take a little offense to that.
I mean, we lost, but it was a close game though, man. So I couldn't be too mad about it. And then also like on the way in, like on your buses in, it's just like people line up on the side just to like heckle you and like taunt you. And like they even had little kids. I think one of the little kids flicked us off or something like that while we was on the way into the stadium. So I was like, Jesus Christ.
Serious business.
Yeah,
Serious business, man.
They teach them that in the nursery in the hospitals there.
Yeah, they teach them young. They teach them young over there.
Okay, so all right, so you're playing football, things are going, according to plan a little bit. So how do you transition over to rugby? Like what went on with you that you're like, okay, let me bounce back over to this. Did you know that Duke even had a rugby team? Were you talking to those guys? Like take us through that.
Nah, I didn't even know until I actually stopped playing. So what had happened was that my coach, Coach Elko, he ended up leaving to go on to Texas A&M. At the time, I was like, well, I mean, this kind of sucks, but it'll be all right because, he was the one who recruited me. Like, his whole staff ended up leaving as well. So, like, all those guys I had known that, like, knew me through, like, high school, they ended up all leaving. And so when the new staff came in, they ran a whole different system, whole different thing. And they brought in their own new guys, as they kind of do now in the business of the game. So, I was in there trying to figure out where I fit in, get all that good stuff. And, I just had some conflicts here and there. And it just was best for me to kind of just, like, either transfer or I'm just going to stop playing here and, kind of focus on being a full-time student. So, I tried transfer portal. That thing's a demon. I couldn't even. That's like when they say like 10,000 kids doing that thing every year, 5,000 kids don't leave.
There's a lot of them not getting jobs either.
Exactly.
Not finding a landing spot.
Not finding landing spot. So I was blessed to be able to retain my scholarship and stay at Duke, continue as academic. And then, once like that following year started up, I was like, well, I'm kind of bored. Football takes up your whole entire life, your whole entire time. So I needed something to do. And I was talking to my pops actually, and he was like, well, why don't you go back to playing rugby? And I was like, you know what? It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. So I ended up taking my roommate and myself went out to their first practice. I just started my sophomore year, and that's kind of just how it started.
Can you imagine those dudes? All of a sudden, River just comes loping up to the field.
Yeah, I mean, I've been by you too. What? You're big.
Yeah.
There's no joke.
Yeah, I think my coach, his eyes kind of lit up, when he see me walking in. But it was nice though. It was like a good environment. They welcomed me, and it was like I appreciate Duke Rugby for what they've been doing.
You fit right back in.
Yeah, right back in. Actually, no, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that first pass I threw when I came to that first practice, it probably went over the moon. But we got used to it though.
Maybe just a little call it overexcitement to be back on the pitch.
We'll call it that.
So what was it? I mean, because that's a crazy transition, just, from going from that back over to rugby. So what were some of the things that you were like, okay, this that I learned in football parlays back into rugby really well? Like how did the two sports kind of cross over?
Well, I mean, honestly, like the main thing that I've always taken away from football, I got from rugby. So like how to properly tackle and like hit people, I took that from rugby, and that's what helped me be a good football player. Like, you know how football players, they don't wrap up, they always hit with their head and stuff like that. I never did that. Like, I always did like a proper rugby tackle. I was all shoulder to chest, and like I was wrapping up and I was bringing people down, and that's what helped me like, you know, get to where I got to in football. So just basically just going back to rugby, I just kind of took that same stuff, like the tackling, you know, just the high speed, high pace motor thing. I kind of just switched it all back.
Yeah. Yeah. Football is all about, let me make this highlight hit and then
Yeah.
show off
Horrible.
my last name. That's a tough look, in my opinion. I love that you took the rugby aspect over, because we talk about that all the time, is like the tackling in rugby is so much better, it
So
seems
much
like,
better.
than in football,
Yeah.
from an observer
Mhm.
standpoint anyway.
Definitely is.
And we
Like,
need
I've never hurt my head in rugby, but football, I think I maybe had like a concussion or so. Like, it's not the same.
Yeah.
That's one of the misnomers that everyone thinks, that no pads, like it's such a brutal, physical, violent sport, but it's taught with laws and certain codes of conduct that takes care of your body, you know. So
Yeah.
we need it.
It's rough and physical, but the other guy's also not wearing pads either. So he's not.
It makes it better. Exactly. Yeah. That's what I always try to tell people. Like, well, I'm not wearing pads and they're not wearing pads. It's just skin on skin is actually gonna hurt less than we both got pads on and trying to hit each other, man. You know, people don't really, at least in America, people don't really get that too
Yeah.
often.
Hey, I'm gonna clip that last bit there, and we're gonna start farming that out to all the high. I'm gonna use it for our.
Yeah, send us all done, man.
I'm gonna
Mhm.
get Coach Brent LaPrade to hear this one. He's
Mhm.
by the way, he's an ex NC State Wolfpack guy, so
Mm.
Hey, before you get even further, before I forget this, I want to know, how in the world did your mother let you play rugby at an early age, man? Because that's some, even like in the
Yeah.
older grades and older ages, that's tough. Mama doesn't want to see their baby boy out there or baby girl getting tackled or hurt. But
Yeah, you know, she definitely she wasn't happy about it, but at least at the time, me and my dad's voice kind of always just like ended up getting in her ear. Like, you know, we talked long enough, you know, she would just give in and be like, all right, go do it. So like I had started tackle football the year before that, and that was a battle just trying to get into that one. And then I think by the time I said, let me do rugby, she's like, well, he's already doing that one, so
the
might as well do
old
this one
wear
too. You
down
know what I
method.
mean? Yeah.
Hey, look, I talked with your mom extensively over this last All-Star break.
Yeah.
Here's what I got from her. She wants to watch you succeed in whatever you're doing. And I'm sure she saw you
And she
excelling and
definitely
she's like,
does.
I'm all in. That's what I get. That's
Mhm.
what I gathered from her.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
she saw the joy I had, and I think she was like, "Ah, well, he's happy, so I'm just gonna support him." And she's supported me the whole way, always.
I love it. Okay, so all right, so let's talk a little bit about Duke Rugby. So you show up there, you start playing.
Mhm.
What kind of facility do they actually have, like their own pitch to play on? Because a lot of teams don't have a pitch. That's a big struggle. Is that they're playing in
Yeah.
intramural fields or splitting fields with soccer, this, that, and the other. So what's it like there?
Yeah, it's just the same as you mentioned. It's like we're splitting intramural fields, and if we get a chance to play on the nicer field, we try to play on the nicer field. But most of the time, we're on the intramural field twice a week, trying to get some work in the best we can.
Now, is there a foundation that is part of it, or is it like a player-led club? What's the coach? Who's the coach for Duke Rugby? Give us a little
Yeah,
more
so
detail on it.
our coach is Coach Ed, man. Ed Dixon, great guy. He's I don't know how it works. I think he's paid part-time through the school. So like
Okay.
he's just paid as intramural coach, well as a club sports coach. But yeah, he leads us, you know, he's at practice every week, leading practice, all that good stuff. And then of course the players support him, you know, try to help out what we can. But yeah, it's for the structure. That's mainly how it is. Yeah.
How many
Yeah.
guys you have out on your squad?
You know, that's a fluctuating number. Most we'll have like for 15s, we can get up to like maybe like 30 people. And then for sevens, it'll be like 17, 18, maybe 20 people.
So what have the guys that you played with on the football team said about you going over? Like if they're not, I mean, if they're not playing, why wouldn't more
hmm
guys cross over? I'm just curious. Like what do they tell you?
I mean, it's like I usually hear like one or two things. Like it's either like one, they're burnt out from, you know, just playing sports in general. Like, you know, most of you guys been doing excessive training and playing the sports since like they was like 3, 4 years old. They just want some time off. And other guys, you know, it's just like it's the sport that gets them, you know what I mean? It's rugby. Like they're like, oh, like no pads, but I don't know about that. But in all honesty though, like majority of the guys who I talk to that like still play, they're like, wow, that's like really cool. Like it sounds like a great opportunity to like, keep playing.
You just got to get them
And
out once or twice, man, and then it's addictive.
yeah, and I'm
Especially,
trying.
Have you had
especially
any
the
of
big
the football
boys.
guys cross over?
Yeah, so I had one crossover with me. And Brock Benton. He ended up playing our first year with me. He played D lineman. He's a big guy. He had a good year for us. And then I'm trying to get a couple more over this year. See what we can do. But yeah, like you said, it's literally just like I think anybody once they get. I feel like that first one's like a shock because you don't know what the heck's going on. And that second throw, and then it's kind of like, okay, this is like I get this is fun. This is fun.
So this is a really cool question. So, we've talked to a lot of people, and one of the things that they really gravitate towards, or the thing that they mention as to one of the things that they love about rugby, is like the brotherhood of it. Like
Yeah.
a great examples, you play for Duke, but all you come together and you play for the Southeast Bears, and you're just rugby players that play for the Southeast Bears. And you could have a game the next weekend and you're going to go out there and smash against each other, but afterwards you're just buddies. It's
Mhm.
unique like that. How is that different from football? What's the differences that you've kind of felt with that brotherhood?
Yeah, I'd probably say with like football is more so like I think the only real chance for a brother you have in football is your team. Like you play with those guys year round. Like those people on your team, those are gonna be your brothers. Like those are gonna be the ones you talk to, hang out with all the time. Like they'll actually be your brothers. I think what makes rugby like different is that like you said it has that opportunity to be able to like go off and play on like a random side for like a week or like a weekend and like those guys are gonna be your brothers too within the span of like 48 hours. So I think it's like slightly different connections of how it goes. I think football is very like more so like singly focused on your own team oriented. Like
Right.
those guys will be with you. But rugby I think has like more like branched out approach to it, which I kind of like as well.
Yeah, it's really interesting. The guy, his name's Guy. Actually, he's
The guy.
yeah, he's the guy that put together basically, big. He's really trying to drive rugby in the state of South Carolina with all the high schools and
Yeah.
everything. And he's, a South African guy, went to Canada, came down to the U.S. And he's like, in all my moves, the first thing I did was local rugby club. He's like, I had 30 new friends wherever I went. And that's how he met people. And that's how he got like kind of involved in the community. It's a little different, football, when you're done playing, whether it's high school, college, there's not a lot of like leagues you can go play in, it's not the same setup. Whereas you see men's clubs, I mean, dude, guys playing in their 40s, 50s,
Yeah, those
60s
everywhere,
playing.
yeah.
So
I
it's,
definitely say that's a big difference. You're right about that.
yeah, it's really interesting. All right, so you got a couple more years left. Like, do you have aspirations to keep playing rugby? Like, you're just going to see what opportunities come your way? Have your opportunities come your way that people might not know about?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely love to keep seeing where rugby can take me. I love the sport. People in it, I appreciate it all. Yeah, if I get an opportunity to play furthermore, I would love to, like, whether it be for like a USA team or like on a global scale, international scale, that'd be a great opportunity for me that I would totally accept. I think the only thing right now that's coming up is I'm playing on the NRL select team for the NCR team.
Yeah.
This for that tournament in Vegas when we play on that. So that'd be a good opportunity. I actually been watching some NIL clips past couple of days, try to get into it.
No rapping there, baby.
Vegas.
Yeah, I was like, dang, this look like football. But yeah.
That's
Ryan.
cool. So let's talk about that. So how did you get selected for that?
I think NCR they were looking at the guys from the All-Star team, and they had some scouts there from NRL looking to put a team together, and I guess I just got selected. I guess I did enough to kind of look all right, I guess.
That's awesome.
Pretty exciting. That's
Yeah.
awesome, man. Congrats.
Yeah, so that
Thank you.
tournament, that's in Vegas, right?
Yeah, it's in Vegas.
And it's during when the NRL is having their tournament?
Yeah, like so they're flying us out there for like dang near the whole week. Play the tournaments, and then we also get like some complimentary tickets to some of the games, so it'll be cool.
Yeah, so are you playing in the stadium?
I don't know if we're playing in the stadium. I think I remember seeing something like the championship game would be in the stadium, but I don't know about everything else though.
Okay.
But that'd be dope though if we got an opportunity to do that.
Man, that would be so legit.
That'd be so dope.
I think we need to go as chaperones and walk behind River,
Yeah, y'all
Carrying
definitely
all
need
of his-
to. Yeah.
carrying his gear. All right. Yeah, I can see it now though. That question you asked him about, like, when you're out of Duke and you're listen, but for the record, take your time, man.
Of course.
Adulting sucks. It's terrible. All right. But can you see River, like he's in his finance job? He might even be on Wall Street. He comes in kind of bruised and black-eyed and beaten up from his rugby weekends. It's like he's in a
It's like Fight Club. Hey, what are you doing?
Club.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Comes in all banged up.
That actually happened too. I'm not gonna lie. Like I come in, like I remember last year from All Stars, I had like a little black guy and like some scratches, and I went to my Spanish class, and everybody was looking at me like, "What happened to you?" I was like, "Bro, I was just playing rugby for the weekend." They was like, "What? You didn't get into a fight?"
Yeah.
I was like,
On
"No."
that turf too, man. That turf will tear you up, boy.
Yeah, he
horrible.
actually he was down at He's Not at Chapel Hill mixing it up with the Tar Heel boys.
Oh yeah,
You been
little
there?
rivalry. I actually haven't.
Yeah, stay away.
Well, that's cool, man. That's super exciting. I didn't know that. So that's fantastic. Congratulations to you. I mean, it's cool, man. Like I said, it's real easy to watch whenever you're watching a game. You just you flash, you just look quicker, just bigger. You're just big, strong, fast, man, and you're aggressive. And it stands out. So it's cool. Congrats.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
All right, Hayes, let's mix it up. Let's do some
do some
cheeky
fun ones
play here. One smell that's never gone away, whether you played football as a kid or in high school many moons ago, like Ryan and I did, that locker room and the gear still smells terribly. But so what smells worse, football or rugby?
And that's a tough one, man. Cause
you know that smell I'm talking about too.
I know the pads. I know exactly what you're talking about. Like just all sitting in that locker room.
Grimy.
I definitely say like that.
Greasy.
That football pad smell / locker room smell. That's definitely a different smell.
So
for
nasty.
Sure. Yeah. And
All
like
right.
you get used to it too, and it's so crazy because then you end up walking like you take a break and you come back like, oh, it's bad.
Yeah, what the heck?
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit of an aphrodisiac from back in the day.
Some may say.
Some may say. So all right, so now you have no pads, but you're in the bottom of a ruck. Like that doesn't smell good either. I could imagine, like in minute 60 to 70 to 80.
Well, you know what? That's one of the reasons why my coach keeps on always trying to get me playing in the forwards for 15s, and that's one of the main reasons I don't ever go there, man. That scrum is up there too. That's a different smell in between those guys' legs. Like I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, man. I was like, y'all got that one. I'm gonna stay over here with the backs.
Yeah, just give me the ball after you get it out of there.
Yeah,
Hey,
like y'all go work hard. I'll be here.
That's motivation to get in the back line, but it could also be some strategy for some of those big fellas not to bathe on a big, a couple days before a big match.
That's right.
I'm just saying. So yeah, can you imagine lifting that arm and just getting right in there and just
nice,
and the nose right in the. Okay, let's move on. So
please,
yeah, please. This the interview is going downhill when I take over on some of the questions real quick. So what about? There's got to be some. Cheeky play, cheeky name calling, some good. I don't think there's like maybe trash talking in rugby is certainly not as bad in football, but someone's had to have said something around you, or it's just something you've heard somebody call some other players or something.
What kind of chirping you got?
What's that?
I said, what kind of chirping have you heard?
Yeah. Are you a chirper or have you been chirped at, or what's the best chirp?
I'll chirp if I know somebody on the other team. I definitely get the chirping. So like when I play y'all boys at Clemson and Sevens, I'm gonna put a couple words out for the coach and for Pete out there. But me personally, like I'm so locked in, I can't even say anything unless it's like somebody that I know. But I've definitely heard some funny stuff. Like when I was playing with Mixer over the summer for Sevens, there's one guy, like I came in and like cleared this dude out of ruck. Like I jumped into it, sent him on his back, and he stood up talking about something. It doesn't even matter. He's got chicken legs. And like my whole team on the sidelines was chirping, talking about this chicken leg kid just knocked you out. I've heard some funny stuff like that. I haven't heard anything like crazy to where I've seen like people like get like grabbing shirts for it, but I've heard some funny stuff though.
Well, that's the culture. You're not going to hear that vulgarity in rugby, but it's more like it's a lot of smart kids like you that are playing that. It's almost kind of like that trash talk when Andrew Luck, when he was playing for the Colts, he gets sacked.
Yeah, some smart stuff. Yeah,
he's like, "Hey, sport, great hit. That's the best hit I've had all year." And
what?
That's a funny thing to say to you, though. You just got blown back. He makes fun of your legs. Then you're like, damn, did I skip leg day?
Like, what? I was looking down. I was like, dang, man, am my legs really look that skinny? I might have to go back to the gym after that. But yeah.
So when you guys play, I think you may get a chance to play Clemson at the Deacons duel.
Yeah, Deacons duel. Yeah.
A few weekends. I'll text you a picture of my kid. If he's out there, you can give him the juice. That'd be good.
Yeah, send me a pic. I'll put a little trash talk in for that.
There we go. Hey, he'll give it back, but he's quick. He may run away from you. I don't know. So.
That's good.
Good. Hey, what about talking about big hits, man? Like, what's the one memorable hit that you delivered someone that you're like, there's a chalk line, like a dead body line outline on this guy,
Yeah.
and then conversely, what's the one that you took? You're like, daggone, I got chicken
Got
leg, I got blown
laid
up.
out. I'd definitely say, actually this year, we were playing UNC for rugby, and I hit this dude clean, like right below the shoulder right here in that little chest area, knocked him clean on his back, and like I could hear it, like I could hear his like neck bend, and like on me, and like he was on the ground like breathing. They ended up calling a yellow card for it, but it wasn't a yellow card.
Caught him clean.
Yeah, the ref ended up coming over to me and something. Yeah, man, I can't even do anything, bro. Like you hit him so hard, like I kind of got to give the other team something here. And I was like, what?
What are you talking about?
I was like,
Hey,
okay,
Ryan.
I guess.
The kid got the mustard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got the mustard thrown
Kid
at
got
you.
the mustard.
Yeah, and then he came up to me after the game saying, he was like, what did he say? He was like, yeah, just hit me lower next time, pal. And I was like,
There's that pal word. Nice hit,
yeah.
sport.
I was
Thanks,
like,
buddy.
I got you, buddy.
Yeah.
There we go.
Touche. Well
Yeah.
played. All right. What
So,
about?
what's your hit?
What
who's
about
hit
when?
you?
Yeah, my hit, boy. I'd probably say it's either this one at All Stars last year. I think it might have either that one or I took a pretty good one this year too. But I'll start with last year. Last year, we were at the All Stars tournament, and I think we were playing. I don't know what team. You get hit, you forget everything about it. But we were playing. I think either like the West team or one of those teams from out west. And I had just gotten the game for like the first time of the day, and like, I was out there wing, and then this big old like Samoan dude got the
Licking his
pass.
chops. He got
His chops, man. I'm running up, trying to get down, and boom, just took like a nice little little shoulder to the chest on my back, head at the ground. I got him down, but I was like, yeah, that kind of woke me up, and I was like, I gotta
Oh
get ready
man.
to go.
All
Yeah,
those teams from the West, man, they're all loaded with the polys. And those boys, it's
yeah.
crazy because, I mean, their legs are like tree trunks. They're still super athletic. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, their
Crazy.
forwards are super athletic.
Yeah, I didn't really get to experience it until I played in rugby town over the summer. But like I had to play against some of those like actual like Fijian guys that play like the sevens like circuits and all that, and like some Samoans. And those guys are tough. That was a good experience.
Hold on. So you glossed over that. So you play the Rugby Town Sevens as well?
Yeah, so I got an opportunity to play the NCR team for Rugby Town Sevens this past summer in August. I mean, it was a great opportunity. I had a blast. It was like just getting to play against like some of the best sevens players in the world. I think that was like the most fun I've had. One of the most fun moments I had in rugby for sure.
And where was that at?
It was in Colorado, Denver.
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
All right. What about most sports players are superstitious? Do you have a superstition before a game?
Yeah, I do it. But you know what? The superstition, like, it changes though, because like my superstition is like I think about something small and I think about if I did it the week before. So like let's say like I stretched this one way and I had a good game, like I may try to stretch like that the next game. Or like if I had like let's say like a bagel and like some eggs in the morning and I had
Yeah.
like a bad game, I'm gonna change that up, you know. So it's basically just like anything that kind of I can reiterate to have another good game is kind of what I do.
Hey, it's gonna be like we're gonna be his luck, like his lucky human rabbit's foot. Like he's gonna go out and have a killer 7 season before every
Yeah.
match. He's gonna be calling you me all the time and see what happens.
Hey, can we just do one more interview just real quick?
Like, hey, can we just get a quick little clip
Yeah.
out for Instagram? I
Let's
just need
go.
something, man.
Let's FaceTime. We know where this is going. Okay. All right. What about you? You have a great game and you're hanging on campus. Do you have a favorite go-to grub spot?
Yeah, so
What do you order?
campus, so on campus I'll probably say there's this place called Ginger and Soy. It's in our dining hall. It's like, Asian food style. So I get like this ginger chicken bowl with beef and carrots and broccoli and some cilantro and some rice and some sauce. I'll eat that. I probably have that I usually eat that like once a day. They see me in there all the time. They know who I am. They kind of know the order at this
You don't
point.
even have to order.
Oh yeah. It got so bad in the last semester. I kind of just looked at the guy. He was like, "You want that?" I was like, "Oh well, yes, please, thank you. Like I appreciate it. Thank you for remembering me. I really appreciate that, man."
Well, just do us a favor, man. Just go with the low sodium, okay? It'll catch
Yeah.
up with you. It'll catch up with you.
Yeah.
I bet. But I will say one thing though, our team always does is that we always do like a really good job of like eating together. So like either like on the way to the game or on the way back, we'll always stop at like a Chipotle or like a Buc-ee's or something like that, and like we'll always like just hang out. So like I probably say most fun outside actually playing the game with Duke Rugby is probably like the van rides to the game or van rides back from the
Yeah.
game because all of us just kind of like sit in the van just chopping up, messing around, and then like we'll either like so we got a lot of international guys on the team. So I remember last year we had to go somewhere and we stopped by a Buc-ee's and none of these international kids had seen a Buc-ee's before. So they were like, what is Buc-ee's? I'm like, bro, it's the biggest gas station you've ever seen in your life.
America at its finest.
America at its finest. And when I tell you their jaw just dropped, I think each of them got like got something from Buc-ee's. I think like you'll see them like a Buc-ee's sweatpants, Buc-ee's hat, or something like that.
Yeah.
They just love that place, man.
I mean,
It
you can
was
go into
great.
Buc-ee's and get a burrito, a fire pit, a deer stand,
Yeah.
fill up.
Freaking everything.
Yeah, and hit the can in one of the finest, cleanest joints of all places, right?
Finest establishments out there.
Yeah,
I would
you
say.
got it. I was going to ask about a good tradition that you enjoy with Duke Rugby, but I think hitting a
Yeah.
Buc-ee's with
And
the
the Buc-ee's
boys.
is a good
Hey,
tradition.
with Buc-ee's with the boys is a good one, man. I always say
Yeah.
it's a great one.
All right, how about this one? When you're not studying, when you're not playing rugby, when you're not trying to recruit your old football dudes to play rugby, what are you doing in your spare time? I know it's little, but
Yeah, so when I'm not doing anything, I try to, shoot, I'm either trying to watch a TV show or I'm out hanging with my boys, we'll either go out or hang at the house, just hang out, have some time. I like listening to music a lot, so I'll try to listen to some music, relax, take naps. That's probably all I get to do, honestly.
the life of a college student. I love it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, what about this? How would you describe Duke Rugby in 3 words, your program?
3 words.
Yeah.
I have to go, I'm gonna say fluid, arts, and I'm gonna go scrappy. Yeah.
Well, I love that
Mhm.
word. Scrappy is
Yeah.
such a good word.
Smart and
Mhm.
scrappy together is a little scary.
It's a good combo. Yeah.
Yeah, because they get you when you're not looking. I mean, they can outwit you, outsmart you, those Duke Rugby guys. I got it.
Yeah.
Speaking of Duke Rugby guys, who are some of your best rugby mates of all time?
Best rugby mates of all time. Yeah. So
Hey, you can even go back to 1st grade if you remember some of those little shavers.
I got you for sure. Definitely I say Conrad Sharp, he's also my roommate. He's coaching now too, so it's kind of fun messing with him. He can't really be my coach. He's just there.
Yeah.
But nah, I'm
He's
playing.
sitting right there.
He has a lot of value to us, and I appreciate him a lot. Like he kind of has grown into his role of being like the smart insights analytics guy. But then I also say Harvey Bracken Smith. He's all right. He plays 9 for us. A real good dude. Let's say Max Fosnoff. He doesn't play anymore. He kind of was like the big dog when I first got in there. Real rumbler, real tumbler. You couldn't stop him. And then everybody else on that team. Gabe, Maliki, Zane, like Rayon, all them guys. Those are my dogs. And then I'd probably say like outside of Duke, I got enjoyed a lot of good time with the Mystic boys, playing with them over the summer. So I probably have to shout out Everett and Napoleon, and also Cam too.
I like
Yeah.
Everett's dad a lot. He's a cool
Yeah,
dude.
I do know Everett. Everett's a wild one. He's a good dude.
Everett is one.
I
Yeah,
mean, it's such a loaded question, River, because the list could go on and
we
on.
could go on and on.
You know what I mean? That's what talking about that brotherhood. What are you gonna miss most when you hang up those boots at Duke? Boys, is it something else?
I definitely say it would be my teammates and my coach for sure. Like I think like Coach Ed has just kind of like like taking me in, like giving me a lot of opportunities, kind of like experience things. Like I think I wouldn't have come to that first All-Star tournament without Coach Ed. Like he drove me down there. He also coached, and like he was kind of like the one to persuade me to be like, well, yeah, you should go down. There's a great opportunity for you. And I ended up like going to Mississippi because of that as well. And like that kind of led to Rugby Town and everything else I've been doing.
He's your guy.
Definitely like, yeah, he's my guy. He's definitely taking me in and like kind of helped me like develop as like a player. And then of course like my teammates, once I'm done, they're not gonna be there every day. I'm trying to see them, but it's not gonna be the same. So I probably say those are the 2 main things.
You hit on something that's so important. That I've noticed that just with my own kids playing. I mean, the coaches, it seemed, try and put so many opportunities in front of kids, and it's cool, man. It doesn't get thanked enough by people. Like you mentioned, like he took you down there, he drove you down there. Like that kind of stuff, man, is invaluable to people, and you just never forget it. Like yourself, you'll probably remember that forever.
It's big things, man. Like, I mean, coaches do such a great job in general to like guiding young men. It means something when it's your own coach and like, he really cares for you, it kind of changes a lot.
There's a saying, and it's nobody cares what you know until they know how much you care. And so, like a coach doing that for you, it like puts, man, this guy really does care about my success, and it engages you even more with that person.
Think about as parents, man, when you cut your kid loose to go, you 5 hours away from Atlanta, from home.
Yeah.
Man, you just hope your son or your daughter like connects with the right club, the right kids, the right mates, the right mentors, the right coaches. So as a mom and dad, they're still worrying about you every night.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So maybe a shout out talking about all that to your mom and dad, because Ryan had a chance to meet them. I didn't, because Ryan didn't invite me to drive with him from Charleston up that. I know, man. He's a works in progress, River. I'm working on him. So
yeah, I bet.
Yeah, but anything just for your mom and pops, we gotta show them love. So
yeah, man. I mean, shoot, my mom and pops have given me everything. Everything they possibly could. They've given to me. Support, knowledge, wisdom. Even though if I may not listen to other wisdom, I'm a little boneheaded at times, but I try my best. And I just appreciate them for all they do. Like whether it be the little things, take me to practice when I was younger, or just like come and support me and watch my games nowadays when we don't even live in like the same city is a big thing as well. And then, just trying to guide me through the process. Like that transition from going from football to rugby was a really tough one. So like them, they were constantly being there for me, calling me, checking on me, making sure I was like okay and doing the right things mentally and physically. I think, and I can't thank them more than anything, the love I have for them, the love a kid has for their parents it's innate, but it's also like it's a lot of respect too.
Yeah.
Like I got a lot of respect for both of them as people and individuals.
By the way, your love for your mama is it's gonna always get bigger, but you're gonna realize that the older you get, the smarter your old man was. The pops.
Yeah.
Pops.
He said that. He said that one, man. I'm like, dang, he's actually kind of right. He's kind of right.
Grumpy old pops knows what's up, man. Hey, wrapping this up a little bit here. So maybe, your time's not over at Duke by any stretch. We're going to get to watch you play for a couple more years, and I hope to have many more conversations. But what's been your, if one word, experience about the transition from football at Duke to the Duke rugby program?
Say opportunistic. Yeah. I think it's giving me the opportunity to like meet a new realm of people I've never met before, and it's giving me the opportunity to explore new places I've never been to, and as well as just kind of enjoy life in a different way I wouldn't have enjoyed it,
Yeah.
Because football is like, I could say like the only people I knew at Duke at that time was probably my football team and like, a few people outside that, kind of transition to rugby. I had the opportunity to kind of just meet more people, whether it be on my rugby team or like just people out in school in general, or just opportunities that came with rugby. I think it's just been full of opportunities that I've just been trying to capitalize as best I can.
Hey, you wouldn't be talking to us two handsome lads if you hadn't gone to rugby.
Well, it's crazy.
What happened?
Just saying,
think about that though. I mean,
right.
you went to the rugby town. You played up in for Mystic. Now you're going out to the NRL setup.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, you've opened up the NCR. You've played and met a lot of people through the sport, and that's just it's awesome in the sport and just in personal relationships. But as people go on too, man, like from a business relationship, as you move into the working world and you have this giant network of people, like you don't know where they're going to be, how they're going to cross your path again. It's really interesting and very unique, I feel like, to the sport.
Yeah, it's definitely a blessing, I would say, for sure. Rugby is full of like so many, like I say, multifaceted people. Just in the case of it, like rugby, you gotta be smart, you gotta be physical, and you also gotta have a good time as well. So I think just the people in rugby are truly some of the best type of people. As you say, like you never know where they're gonna be in 10, 15 years. It's always nice to make those connections.
Love it, man.
How good.
Yeah, it's great.
How good, man. Well, this has been a phenomenal chat with River Hanson, Duke Rugby, ex-football crossover to rugby legend. Maybe he's a legend in the making, Ryan. I don't know. I'm just saying, but big respect to you. Thanks for taking the time, man. This is the RUCK Yeah Player Series, and if you believe in growing rugby, like what Hayes and I are trying to do, more eyes and ears, and hearing the stories from the guys and the gals that are doing it from the grassroots up, from the pitch up, man, just like, follow, share stories, try to promote the sport. It's the best game on the globe. So, River, appreciate you, my man. Look forward to catching back up with you, and we'll talk all soon.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all for having me. A
Yeah,
lot.
man. Cheers.
Cheers.